In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to theme your miniatures bases for Armageddon in games of Warhammer 40,000. We'll cover everything from applying texture paints and adding accessories for extra interest, through to painting and weathering everything to create the iconic look of Armageddon. Don't worry though, because I'll walk you through the whole process in a really approachable step-by-step way that's easy to follow along with, so by the end of this tutorial, you'll have the knowledge and confidence to create your own Armageddon themed bases. And if you stick around until the end, I'll show you how to paint some rocks. My name's Michael and welcome to TableTopReady. Today's tutorial is all about basing, and I'll be showing you how to create a cool looking Armageddon themed base in a really approachable way that anyone can follow along with. And so you can follow along and base your own miniatures. All the paints and brushes I use will be shown on the screen as I use them, along with links to my favourite hobby tools and equipment you see me using. And if you're enjoying the content here on TableTopReady, make sure to let me know by clicking the like button and leaving me a comment. I love reading them. When you're ready and have everything you need, we can get started. We need to start our journey looking at how to use texture paints, as well as how we can add interest. The steps I'm showing you how to theme your base in this tutorial works for any size base. And even though the base I'm using has no miniature, just know that this can be done with or without a miniature in place. Before we even start to apply our texture paint, we can add more interest to our base with accessories. For our Armageddon bases, I like to use small rocks and skulls. The skulls I'm using have been undercoated on the sprue so they can be added even if you're basing a painted miniature. And any accessory can be glued in place using a super glue of your choice, and you don't need to go crazy. Don't overdo it. Even though we're using real rocks and stones, it's still a good idea to paint them, which is going to help tie them in to the rest of the base, so they look part of the landscape, rather than just like we've just glued them on. Once you're happy with any extras, we can get started on texturing. Texture paints are designed to give your bases real surface texture. They don't just add colour, they create physical texture so the base looks like soil, rock or cracked ground, rather than a flat painted surface. And there are two types. You have fine grained textures, and these have a sunlight grit and dry to a subtle realistic ground surface, great for dirt, mud, dust or even concrete. And then you have crackle textures. These are much thicker and dry by splitting apart, creating natural cracks and fractures like dried earth or volcanic rock. And for our Armageddon bases, we're actually going to be using both. I am using Warhammer products in this video, but the important thing is the effect, and using any equivalent product or texture paste is still going to work, so make sure to use whatever fits your budget and the brand you prefer. The first texture paint we're using is Armageddon Dust, and to apply it we can use a texture spreader to move it around and work it into all those fiddly areas. Start by scooping out a small amount and then spread it across the base, and try to let the texture form naturally. Try not to smooth it out too much, as those little imperfections create a much more realistic result. Once you're happy with the coverage, make sure to let it fully dry, which is typically around an hour, and if you've applied a particularly thick layer, giving it a little longer will always help. Now we can move on to using a Grellan Badland, which is our crackle texture, and we're going to apply this in patches over the Armageddon Dust. And just like with any crackle paint, we want a nice generous layer. This will give us much more dramatic and defined cracks once it dries. Now we simply leave it to do its thing. Try not to touch it or move it during this stage, as crackle paints work best when they're left to dry on their own. Once that's dried, you can see how much more interesting our bases look using both texture paints, and we can now start painting. Let's first paint everything with Morghast bone, and for best results we want to thin our paints with an equal amount of water. This means we can build up to a solid colour with multiple thin layers without losing any of that texture we created. When you have your solid base colour all done, we want to thin down XV88 to a pretty thin consistency and apply this over the textured ground. By thinning the paint, it becomes much more transparent, allowing the Morghast bone to show through. We're treating this more like a glaze to create colour variation and add warmth to our base. Let's continue to add more colour with thinned down Doomball brown, but this time just around any features to draw our attention to them. Now we're going to bring out that texture, giving the base a dry brush using Screaming Skull, and make sure to remove as much paint from your brush as possible, then lightly move it across the texture, allowing the paint to catch only on the raised details, and this will naturally highlight the texture, helping it to really stand out. Basing is often seen as an afterthought, but it really shouldn't be. It's a stage that really grounds our miniature in a world, giving it somewhere to belong, as well as giving us a sense of narrative. We're now going to paint the features, starting with any skulls, and for this we're going to start with a base coat of Wraithbone. Then once you're happy we have a nice solid colour, we can apply Skeleton Hawk contrast over this. Once that's dry we can finish with Screaming Skull to pick out raised details and features. For any rocks, start with Administratum Grey to give us our base colour. Let's now apply Xeraphim Sapir to our rocks to help bring out texture, making them more part of the scenery. Once that's dried, we can give them a quick dry brush with White Scar, and we can also dry brush patches of white around the lighter areas of base to highlight. Then to help tie everything together, we can first use our thin Doomball brown again around the base of the features, and then we can thin down some Avalon Sunset and apply it in patches around our base, including over the rocks. This is going to add some subtle colour variation and gives everything a dusty, sun-baked appearance, helping all the different elements feel like they're part of the same landscape. Something else I've seen people use is coconut husk, and we can use a few small strands of it to create the look of dry, dead vegetation. Again, we don't want to overdo this, so I've only used a small amount of it and fixed it in place with a little super glue. The last thing left to do is paint the rim of our base with Steel Legion Drab to give it a nice clean finish. I'm a huge fan of the Armageddon themed base, and I really wanted to come up with a way so that you guys can get your own miniatures based this way that isn't too complicated, because a WoW themed base goes a really long way to adding character and narrative to your miniatures. So let's see how it turned out. But before we see the finished base, I want to say a massive thank you to all the amazing people who've made this tutorial possible through their continued support. It really does mean a lot. Your generosity allows me to get all the paints, brushes and miniatures I need to create these tutorials, so I can continue helping you become a better painter. I also want to say a special thank you to everyone who's recently become a supporter or donated to the channel. Your support genuinely makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. And if you enjoy the content here on TableTopReady and feel you get value from it, head over to the TableTopReady website where you can find different ways to support the channel and help me create even more content. I also have a newsletter to keep you up to date with new tutorials, masterclasses and what I get up to behind the scenes. And as a thank you for signing up, you'll receive a free guide packed with tips and advice to help improve your miniature painting. We've now finished theming our bases for Armageddon, and I hope I've been able to give you the confidence and knowledge to create your own. I've got plenty of other tutorials on the channel to help you improve your painting, and if you'd like to learn how to paint the beast of Armageddon, Ghazghkull Thraka, I also have a full masterclass available through YouTube memberships and Patreon. I really do enjoy making these tutorials and I hope you find them useful. If you do, please leave a like and let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video and what you're currently working on. I always love hearing about your own hobby. As well, make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on future content, and I'll see you in the next video.